Hello everyone, this is Nudge, and I have enough free time, I think, to justify recording a new video for the games that I need to cover in greater excuse me, games I need to cover in greater detail series. I don't know why my throat's having problems today. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point, but anyway, so today I'm going to be focusing on the Hyperdash made by Wild Planet. This particular unit, the one that Pixel gave me, is the 2006 original one. It uses RFID, which is a kind of radio frequency technology to detect the targets, which is really cool, and I suspect that the Hyperslide also does the same thing. So I'm going to first describe this, and then I'll play some of it. So the Hyperdash, the tagger unit itself, it's kind of weird looking. If you compare it to a Hyperdash Extreme, it's not really like that. Especially not the bottom part. The top part is this... It's almost like a handle. It kind of is a handle, really. It's a barrel or a circular kind of thing with the battery door on it, which for whatever reason my battery door doesn't really want to screw on, so I can just snap it off at a moment's notice, like that, and I can put it back on. Thankfully, it doesn't really snap off that much when you're playing it. It stays in securely even when it's unscrewed, so that's a good thing. That's the only thing that the handle's really used for. Well, actually, no, it isn't, because there's one more thing it... Shut up. So one more thing it does is if you push it down, that acts as a button. That's going to be useful later. Now the bottom part, which is kind of glued onto the top part, like attached, of course, it's like an ice cream cone a little bit. I think that is what has all the innards, the processing, although it could well be the top part as well, I can't say. But the bottom part has, it looks like a bowl, so it's like a circular shape with, on the very inside, there's a few screws, which I think you can use to disassemble it. There's also a reset button down here, as well as the detection unit for the RFID. And on the outside, it has the buttons on one side and the speaker on the other. Speaker is a series of vertical lines, which I've never seen a speaker like that before. It's kind of interesting. Wild Planet seemed to do a lot of weird speaker designs. And then the other side is the buttons. There's 3 buttons, and they get smaller as you go downwards. The top button is the move between menu items button. The middle button is the confirm button, and the bottom button is the on/off/reset button, which if you press it once, it'll go back to the initial turned on state, go back to the menu, and if you hold it, it'll turn off, just like every other Hyper game. Those 3 buttons are the Wild Planet controlling standard for every single one of their items, the ones that are in the same series, at least. Okay, so now, let's get on with the targets. They're in this bag, and I'm going to go and set them out here. So, the targets are these little... They actually aren't little. They're actually quite big. They are about as big as the Bop It button on, say, a Bop It Extreme 2 or so, about that big, maybe even a bit bigger, because they kind of cave outwards the more you go down. They're shaped like tiny miniature little bowls, although the inside part has this weird protrusion thing, which seems to have writing on it. Can't really tell, and I think that's where the RFID... In fact, there's actually a screw here for whatever reason. I'm not sure why you would need that, but it exists. There's screws inside the target. They make a nice dropping sound. See if I can find my phone so I can put it here. They make a nice dropping sound. You can also drop it the other way, although it doesn't really help. So that's what they sound like. And there's 5 of them. There is no way to distinguish one from the other as a blind person, so you just have to stack them on top of each other when you're putting it in a bag. You can do that. That's one thing you cannot do with, say, the Hyperdash Extreme targets, which look completely different, and so you can't stack one on top of the other, but with this one, you can. So now they're set out. I'm putting them in order, and I'm going to put the phone right here in the middle. Basically, what you have to do with the tagger is you're supposed to spread these out, like, a lot, far away from each other. Unfortunately, I can't do that because my room doesn't have enough space, and me being visually impaired doesn't really help. So, when you find a target, you put the tagger onto the target, and it just clicks on. Like this. Of course, I'm doing this on carpet at the moment, so if I were to put the target on the ground, like this, and put it on, it would sound much more clicky. But that is physics. It's not really any kind of interesting engineering or whatever. It's just interesting to me from the sound standpoint. And from here, when you have the target on the unit, or no, the unit on the target, because you're supposed to put the unit over the target, of course, that's how it works, you can then press the handle down, and that's going to come in a bit. Okay, so I think it's time for me to turn this on, and we'll get started in actually playing the thing. Ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Are you ready to dash? Choose a game. Hyperdash.
Are you ready to dash? This one doesn't constantly re-prompt you, thankfully. You can press the top button to cycle through the games.
Team Dash. Micro Dash. Team Micro Dash. Hyperdash.
I'm going for Hyperdash at the moment.
Choose a level. Level 1.
We'll start on level 1.
Choose your players. 1 player.
You can do 1, 2, 3, or 4 players. Depending on how many players there are, every round repeats as many times as there are players, and whoever has the smallest time, or the least amount of time to complete a certain round, they win. I'm going to show you a quick rundown of that later once I'm finished with this first Hyperdash round. So, once you've finished setting up your players, it will say,
Set up your targets. Spread them out. Level 1. When you're ready, strike any color.
Now it's expecting you to spread out the targets, and you can wait. It's going to wait for as long as you need, well, until it takes about 2 or so minutes to turn off. But it'll wait here, and in this mode, you can press the top or the middle button, and it'll make clicking noises, which is kind of useless, but it still does that anyway. And now, it's waiting for me to tag a target, and it will start the game. So, the Hyperdash has 4 rounds in every level, and there's 4 levels, except in level 4, there's actually 8 rounds instead of 4. So you could consider there being 5 levels of 4 if you really wanted to. So a full round of Hyperdash, a full run, takes 20 rounds of increasing difficulty. Each round adds new things. So let's get started. I'm going to tag a target. It's going to make a tiny little beep and the music will start, and it'll start throwing commands at me for me to do.
Blue, orange, blue, red, blue. Your time is 8 seconds. Way to go. Level 1. When you're ready, strike any color.
So in round 1, it's just blue, red, and orange. Blue is 1, orange is 2, red is 3. Next, there's yellow.
Blue, orange,
For whatever reason, sometimes I have to tag the first target twice.
orange, yellow. Your time is 10 seconds. All right. Level 1.
I'm going slower
When you're
than
ready, strike any color.
I'm going slower than speedrun speed. I could be doing this much faster if I really wanted to. Next time, on round 3, the music changes, and there's 7 targets, I think, instead of 6.
Orange, blue, yellow, blue, red, blue, orange. Your time is 10 seconds. Awesome. Level 1. When you're ready, strike any
And
color.
finally, on round 4, there is a new music, and now we have green, which is number 5. You'll see why I'm saying numbers in a minute, once we start getting there.
Yellow, green, orange, red, blue, green, red, yellow. Your time is 12 seconds. Awesome. Level 2.
Okay, we're up to
When
level
you're ready,
2.
strike any color.
So the cycle repeats. First 2 rounds have the din-din, 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 din-din music, and then the 3rd and 4th round have the other ones. So now, we get some more interesting moves. Let's see, what do we got?
Orange, blue,
This is one of the reasons why I like the Hyperdash.
red, blue, reverse,
Reverse means that you have to do the command it said last. In this case, it was red.
yellow, red. Your time is 17 seconds. Awesome. Level 2.
Now,
When you're ready, strike any
as
color.
long because of the fact that targets could be spread out, and you shouldn't necessarily be playing this with the targets as close together as this, unless you're doing a speedrun like me. Because of that, it doesn't actually penalize you for taking long at all, because it's expecting you to run around. But what it does penalize you for is if you make a mistake.
Yellow,
If you tag the wrong target, it will
yellow,
do that. It will ask you to do it again.
blue,
The higher the level, the more likely
reverse,
it will be
yellow.
that you're going to have to redo the level.
Copy strike. 6 minus 3.
Which is at a copy strike, so it asks me 6 minus 3, and you have to answer with the correct target, in this case it's 3.
Blue, yellow, blue. Your time is 29 seconds. Great job. Level 2.
So as
When
you
you're
can
ready,
see,
strike any color.
because I only messed up once, it still let me through. In later levels, especially in the end of level 4, if you mess up once, and I do mean once, you're going to have to go back to the very beginning of that round and do it again. Now,
Blue,
here is where the handle goes into play.
green, double strike, red,
Double strike red. I'm going to put it on red. It didn't do anything, so you have to
reverse,
do that.
blue,
You have to
double strike,
move the
red,
handle, so
yellow,
do a double strike.
blue, red, blue, orange. Your time is 25 seconds. Great job. Level 2.
Now, I must
When
mention,
you're ready, strike any color.
now that I'm talking about this, I must mention that there are 2 versions of the Hyperdash. There's this one, which is the RFID one, and there's another one, which was released later in 2008, apparently, according to Pixel's research. And that one, which is the one that is more favored among Pixel and Daniel. Daniel doesn't have the RFID one. But anyway, that one is controlled using tiny little buttons under, like, in the bottom part of the tagger unit. So whenever you tag a target, it will press down buttons, and you have to press the handle down for every single thing you do with that one. So whenever you tag a target, you don't just need to put it on, you also have to, press the handle down every time. It's a little bit like how the Hyperdash Extreme has a tag button.
Your time is 28 seconds. Great job.
Which,
Level
of course,
3.
if you're playing it normally and actually
strike
using
any
the
color.
targets, it's not really apparent because you're just putting it on. Well, with the original button-based Hyperdash, you do because you have to push the handle down. On the Hyperdash Extreme, it's not that apparent because it pushes the buttons down for you as you tag the target. On this one, you just have to put the tagger close. In fact, if I just do this, see, I didn't actually, it didn't make any sound.
Double strike. Blue.
You can almost silently do it.
6 minus 1.
Now, this is where
Reverse.
it will start.
Yellow.
Oh, also, double strikes count towards the reverse as well.
Blue.
As you can hear,
Triple strike. 5.
triple strike 5 sets a 1, 2, 3.
Blue. Orange. Your time is
Almost did the wrong one
27
there.
seconds. All right. Level 3.
Alright!
When you're ready, strike any color.
So, now it's doing numbers.
Blue.
I think level 3
Copy
is
strike.
actually
8
harder
minus 5.
than level 4
1.
because it has a mix between colors and numbers.
Green.
On level 4, it's just numbers.
Double strike. 5. Yellow. 2. Triple strike. 5.
Sorry, it was close enough to my foot that I almost dropped the tagger onto my foot there.
Red. Your time is 30 seconds. Great job. Level
You can
3.
hear the levels are getting
When you're
longer
ready,
now.
strike any color.
And
Yellow.
another thing about the RFID Hyperdash, this one, is that it takes a bit longer for the game to give you the next command, and also it doesn't start the round immediately. It waits a little bit. And what's important about that is that the other one, the button Hyperdash,
5.
that one, you can actually speed through a lot of the prompts. So,
Strike. 5.
say if you end a round and you tag a target immediately after, it'll just start the next round.
Double
You
strike.
don't have to
4.
wait for it to say,
Triple strike. 3.
something like
Your
this.
time is 35
You don't have to wait
seconds.
to
Great job.
wait for
Level
the time,
3.
the level, the when you're ready.
When you're ready,
strike any color. You don't need to wait for that at all. You can just tag the next target. It'll just move right along, like the Hyperdash Extreme. So in that regard, and also because you don't necessarily need the targets to play it if you're very careful, you can speedrun it much faster, but you're much prone to mistakes
Red.
if you do.
4. Green. Triple strike. 3. Reverse. 1.
Now this is where things get very interesting.
4. Double reverse.
Double reverse.
Double strike. 2.
So you have to count the second last command. In that case, it was a 1. Now, bonus strike is also very interesting. You tag any of the 5 targets, it doesn't matter which one, it'll do something. Slow walk.
Double strike.
So
3.
in this case, the timer
Double
is
strike.
going
2.
at a slower speed, making it
Double
easier
strike. 1.
to do the targets faster. And then it's sped up again. Oh,
Double
I did the
strike.
wrong
1.
one.
Your time is 45
I'm so used to the
seconds.
color
All right.
configuration
Level 4.
on the
When you're ready,
Hyperdash Extreme and the
strike any
Hyper
color.
Blast that sometimes when I hear orange, I tag 2 instead of 4. When I hear red, I tag 1 instead of 3. When I hear green, I tag 3 instead of 5. It's very confusing how the original Dash has different colors than every other Hyper game that isn't the Hyperdash. Anyway, I passed over, so now it's time for level 4. Now, one other interesting thing is that with the, I think, either one, it doesn't matter which Hyperdash, but for each one, there are specific patterns.
Copy strike. 7 minus 4.
So
2.
you can, in theory,
1
just
plus
learn all of them. There are way too many of them, however, so good luck with memorizing all of them. But I'm just saying, this is the fast track, so it's going faster now. What's weird is, with this Hyperdash, if you listen closely, whenever it's speaking, it's having a hard time keeping the music playing at the consistent fast speed. I don't really know why, but it does. So the patterns, there's too many. There are a few patterns that you might be able to memorize, especially having to do with how many bonuses there are in each level. And by the way, you cannot avoid the bonuses. You have to tag them. So whatever the game gives you, you have to do it. Which for speedrunning purposes is very, very annoying. Because you have to hope. Yep, bonus.
Removing 2 targets.
So that just removes 2 targets that you have to do from the level entirely. Oh, and there's another one. For whatever reason, if you keep your tagger on a target, sometimes you can get the bonus strike to activate immediately. I don't really know why that is, but it does that.
Level 4. When you're ready, strike any color.
Okay.
4. 1. Copy strike. 2 plus 2. Triple strike. 3. 1.
As you can hear, it can say 4.
Double strike. 3. Triple strike. 2. Copy strike. 4 minus 3. 4.
Copy strikes are very pattern-based as well. A lot of the time, I'll be able to tell what the calculation is immediately from the first number.
4. Double strike. 5. 1.
As you can see, it's doing a lot more copy strike, double strikes and triple strikes now.
Your time is 41 seconds. Great job. Level 4.
Okay, so
When you're
we're
ready,
up to
strike any color.
the final stretch. 5 rounds that have the same music and the same pattern system. The last final 5 rounds.
2.
We've completed 3/4 of the game.
5. Triple strike. 2. Double strike. 3. Double strike. 4. 2.
Every single one of these rounds needs to have at least 1 bonus strike in it. Or at least from what I...
Freeze.
Oh, freeze. That's another command.
3. Triple
Very
strike.
rare,
5.
but it does happen sometimes.
Double strike. 2.
I've never tested what happens if you accidentally tag a target large size.
Double strike. 1. 2. Double strike. 4. 5.
I'm just doing this casually right now. I'm not
Your time
trying
is
for speedrun
35
records.
seconds.
At the
Awesome.
moment.
Level 4.
And I think that's for
When
the
you're
better,
ready,
honestly.
strike any color. 5. Triple strike. 2. Double strike. 5. Triple strike. 2. Bonus strike.
Whoa.
Double
The
strike.
thing about
3.
that
Double
is
strike. 4.
in the button Hyperdash, when you get a slow track or a fast clock. Wait, did I just say slow track?
4.
Slow clock, sorry.
Double reverse. Double strike. 4.
You,
Copy strike. 7 minus 6.
the announcement doesn't slow down.
Bonus.
So it doesn't
Removing
say,
one
it doesn't
target.
say slow
Double
clock.
strike.
And
5.
it doesn't say fast clock either.
2.
It just says slow clock, fast
Double
clock.
strike. 5.
Normally, it doesn't change pitch.
Reverse. Your
Didn't
time
have to
is
press the handle then.
46 seconds. Way to go.
That
Level
that
4.
was a bit frustrating.
When you're ready, strike any
Didn't
color.
mess up though. Hopefully. I won't have
4.
to.
Double strike. 1.
Game is smart enough to give you different patterns,
3.
at least, every time.
Triple strike. 1.
So it won't repeat, or at least not.
5. Double strike. 5.
See, every time it says something, it has to revert back to the normal pitch music, because it can't handle.
4.
But that's another thing that the button Hyperdash has remedied, so to speak.
Double strike. 3.
It allows you to
Double strike.
hear the
2.
music at full fast speed the whole way
Strike.
through.
5.
Double reverse?
2. Double strike. 5.
When it's at slow speed, it doesn't matter. When it's on fast speed, then it does.
Your time is 43 seconds. Great job. Level 4. When you're ready, strike any color.
Okay, 2 more rounds to go.
4. 2. Triple strike. 5. Triple strike. 3. Triple strike.
So
4.
penalty is the final of the 4
Copy
bonuses.
strike. 7 minus 4.
It adds targets instead of
Triple strike.
eliminating.
2.
So those are the 4 bonuses you can
1.
get. Well, 2 of them are not bonuses, they're bad. So
Double strike.
I guess you can
2.
call them malices, power down.
Double strike. 1. 3. Double strike. 2. Double strike. 3. 5. 3. 5.
When it calls out single digits like that,
Your time is
those are your
50
penalty
seconds.
targets.
Great job. Level
They'll never
4.
be double strikes, they'll be
When you're
single
ready,
digits
strike
almost
any
every
color.
time. Okay, final round, let's go.
4. 3. Copy strike. 1 plus 1. Reverse. 5. Triple strike. 3. Bonus strike.
Oh no.
2. Triple strike. 5. Double strike. 3. Copy strike. 4 minus 3. 2. 3. Double strike. 5.
Okay, I think we're in the clear.
Double strike. 2. Double strike. 1. 5. 3. 5. Your time is 46 seconds. Awesome. All right. Great job. Way to go. Awesome. Level 4. When you're ready, strike any color.
That is what happens when you complete a full 20 rounds of the Hyperdash. It plays that crazy list of sounds, which seems to be kind of nonsensical and weird, and then it goes back to level 4. I don't know which part of level 4. I don't know how many levels you will need to get that fanfare-like thing again. Whoa, listen to that bending. The bottom part of my Hyperdash seems to be kind of falling apart. I'm hoping that's not a bad thing. I'm hoping that it won't kill it. So, I don't know how many levels you would need to get it again, but for now, I think we're done with the normal one-player mode. Now, let's put everything to 2. So I'm going to have Team Dash on level 2 with 2 players.
Are you ready to dash? Choose a game.
I want to show you that.
Hyperdash. Team Dash. Choose a level. Level 2. Choose your teams. 1 team. 2 teams. Set up your targets. Spread them out. Team 1. Level 2. When you're ready, strike any color.
So, I'm now going to play the game as normal. When it says dash out is when you're supposed to move to a different person in your team. It's like a cooperative thing. So if you're composed of 2 people in one team and 2 people in the other team, if it says dash out, you'll have to pass the tagger to the next player in your team.
Orange. Dash out. Yellow. Orange. Dash out. Blue.
It wastes time.
Reverse. Red. Dash out. Yellow. Team 1. Your time is 17 seconds. Team 2. Level 2. When you're ready, strike any color.
That is the fastest you can start a round. If you hold the
Orange.
the tagger on a target.
Dash out. Red. Orange. Team 2. Your time is 14 seconds. Team 1. Your time is 17 seconds. Team 2 wins the round. Team 1. Level 2. When you're ready, strike any color.
That's the first round gone. Let's keep going.
Yellow. Orange.
I'm not expecting there to be a tie,
Red.
but
Reverse.
this game does allow for ties. It says tied for
Copy
round.
strike. 8 minus 4. Red. Blue. Dash out. Red. Team 1. Your time is 20 seconds. Team 2. Level 2.
Unlike the
When
Hyperdash
you're
string and the
ready, strike any
Hyperblast,
color.
which artificially inflates the time of one of the
Blue.
players, make it so that there will never be a tie. Oh, that was my mistake.
Double strike. Red. Reverse. Double strike. Blue. Red. Dash out. Blue. Yellow. Dash out. Orange. Team 2. Your time is 21 seconds.
Aww.
Team 1. Your time is 20 seconds. Team 1 wins the round. Team 1. Level 2.
I wonder if I can
When
make.
you're ready, strike any color.
I wonder if I can make both teams do the next 2 rounds. Let's see. I want to see what it says at the very end. Like, it says, wins the game, instead of wins the level, like the Hyperdash does.
Green. Red. Dash out.
I'll try to go fast at this
Double
point.
strike. Green.
About as fast as I can, that is.
Reverse. Blue.
Sometimes when it calls out reverse, you have to tag the target twice.
Dash out.
I don't know why that is.
Orange. Double strike. Yellow. Dash out. Reverse. Red. Blue. Team 1. Your time is 25 seconds. Team 2. Level 2. When you're ready, strike any color. Orange. Red. Dash out. Double strike. Green. Reverse. Blue. Double strike. Green.
By the way, the
Dash out.
Hyperdash takes 3
Orange.
double A's,
Double strike.
and
Yellow.
it's in a configuration where there's
Reverse.
2 batteries on the sides and one in the very middle on the bottom. Well, not the bottom, but like the inside, which is very similar to the one on the Hyperdash Extreme.
Team 1, level 2. When you're ready, strike any color.
And
Yellow.
the Hyperdash is the only game that I know of. Well, no, I think the Hyperdash Extreme can as well, but the Hyperdash can do glitches on low batteries. One of which you might have seen at some point earlier. It was crazy.
Double strike. Red.
I don't know how I got it to do
Double
that,
strike.
but
Blue.
you can get it to do interesting things. Well, not very interesting, but somewhat interesting.
Dash out. Green. Team 1. Your time is 32 seconds.
Yay,
Team
32
2, level
seconds.
2.
Nice.
When you're ready, strike any color. Orange. Green. Dash out. Yellow. Double strike. Red. Blue. Double strike. Orange. Dash out. Red. Double strike. Yellow. Dash out. Red.
The 15
Double
proves
strike.
in.
Yellow. Green. Dash out. Red. Orange. Team 2. Your time is 30 seconds. Team 1. Your time is 32 seconds. Team 2 wins the round. Team 2 wins the game. Press the yellow menu button to play level 2. Again, press the green go button to try level 3.
So that is what it does if you beat a level. It will ask you if you want to continue with the same level or move to the next level. It doesn't automatically move over like the Hyperdash Extreme does. And if you're on level 4, it'll move back to level 1. So it says, press the green go button to try level 1. I have done it. So the menu button is the top button, and the go button is the middle button. And the on button is the bottom button, which, if you press, it'll go back to the main menu.
Are you ready to dash?
Like that.
Choose a game. Hyperdash.
So that's Team Dash, and subsequently multiple players. Now, it's time for Team Micro Dash is basically the same, except it'll say dash out.
Team Micro Dash. Choose a level. Level 1.
Now, in later levels for Micro Dash, the game will actually start doing double strikes and triple strikes in the middle of a sequence. Micro Dash is basically like Simon, so you have to repeat the sequence. Let's try to do a sequence on level 4.
Level 4.
I want to see how far I can get before I get confused.
Choose your players. 1. Set up your targets. Level 4. When you're ready, strike any color.
The amount of time it takes for the game to time you out as well will also decrease. Because of the fact that it's called Micro Dash, it didn't say spread them out. You're supposed to put the targets next to each other so you can run to them much quicker and tag them very quickly.
4, go! 4, 3, go! 4, 3, double strike, 1, go!
Again, there's patterns for this.
4, 3, double strike, 1, 4, go! 4, 3, double strike, 1, 4, 1, go! 4, 3, double strike, 1, 4, 1, 4, go! 4, 3, double strike, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, go! 4, 3, double strike, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, double strike, 5, go!
4, 1, 4, 2, double strike, 5. Hello? Oh. What?
You got 7 targets in 52 seconds. Level 4.
That actually
You're
wasn't
ready, strike
enough.
any color.
That wasn't enough to get me to pass. You have very special requirements in this game. Oh, by the way, let me show you this. You can actually get the Hyperdash to say 0. With the button Hyperdash, you can even make it say you got 0 targets in 0 seconds. With this one, you can't, but you can make it say 0 targets.
4, go! You got 0 targets in 2 seconds. Level 4.
Yeah.
When you're ready,
That's
strike
the thing.
any color. 4, go! 4, 1, go! 4, 1, double strike, 3, go! 4, 1, double strike, 3, 2, go! 4, 1, double strike, 3, 2, 1, go! 4, 1, double strike, 3, 2, 1, 5, go! 4, 1, double strike, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, go! 4, 1, double strike, 3, 2, 1, 5, 2, triple strike, 5, go!
No!
You got 7 targets in 46 seconds.
Damn it.
Level 4.
I messed up
When
again.
you're ready, strike any color. 2, go! 2, 1, go! 2, 1, double strike, 2, go! 2, 1, double strike, 2, 5, go! 2, 1, double strike, 2, 5, 2, go! 2, 1, double strike, 2, 5, 2, 3, go! 2, 1, double strike, 2, 5, 2, 3, 1, go! 2, 1, double strike, 2, 5, 2, 3, 1, double strike, 2, go! 2, 1, double strike, 2, 5, 2, 3, 1, double strike, 2, 5, go!
No, not
You got
again.
8 targets in 61 seconds. Level 4.
I just
When
can't
you're ready,
seem to
strike any color.
can't seem to be able to get far enough to actually advance in this level. It's not easy. I'm gonna try one more time.
4, go! 4, 2, go! 4, 2, 5,
Double strike.
go!
Oh, no double strike. Okay.
4, 2, 5, double strike, 1, go! 4, 2, 5, double strike, 1, 3, go! 4, 2, 5, double strike, 1, 3, triple strike, 1, go! 4, 2, 5, double strike, 1, 3, triple strike, 1, 5, go! 4, 2, 5, double strike, 1, 3, triple strike, 1, 5, 2, go! 4, 2, 5, double strike, 1, 3, triple strike, 1, 5, 2, 4, go! 4, 2, 5, double strike, 1, 3, triple strike, 1, 5, 2, 4, 2, go! 2, triple strike, 3, 5, go! 4, 2, 5, double strike, 1, 3, triple strike, 1, 5, 2, 4, 2, triple strike, 3, 5, 3, go! 4, 2,
Yeah.
5, double strike, 1, 3, triple strike, 1, 5, 2, 4, 2, triple strike, 3, 5, 3, double strike, 2, go! 4, 2,
You're doing pretty
5,
well.
double strike, 1, 3, triple strike, 1, 5, 2, 4, 2, triple strike, 3, 5, 3, double strike, 2, 5, go! 14 targets in 183 seconds. Great job. Level 4.
There, I beat a
When
level.
you're ready, strike any
Now again, I think there are 4 rounds in each level, as well as in level 4 in this one, and I think, from what I remember, in multiplayer mode with Hyperdash on level 4, it stops after 4 rounds. It's not 8 like there is in single player mode. I think that fanfare is more of a hidden thing, so like if you keep playing, it's just gonna do that. So in theory, it's not actually 8 rounds, it's 4, but it doesn't really reward you until you keep going. Anyway, Microdash is very challenging on level 4. On level 1, on the very first round, it only does 3 targets, so you have a chance to get quite a big score, and in theory, you might actually be able to get a maximum score on that one, because I was able to reach the maximum score, which is 24, multiple times on the very first round. Okay, I think that's enough for the Hyperdash. Oh, one final thing.
Are you ready to dash?
If I do this...
Choose a game.
You can't hear it, never mind. Sometimes, if you're lucky enough, you might be able to hear the speaker make this click sound when the unit turns off and you let go of the button. Not this time. So as you can hear, I can stack the targets on top of each other. When stacked, they form a pile that is about as tall as maybe, I can't say, about 7 or 8 centimeters tall, somewhere along those lines. And they can all, like that, this one pile can all just go into this bag very easily, and it won't get lost and it won't get separated either, if you put it in correctly, that is. And now they're all in place. So now all I need to do is put the unit and the targets back to where they were. The Hyperdash Extreme targets are smaller in comparison, and the unit's smaller by a tiny bit. Not by much, but just enough. But these aren't... Shut up, Super Click It. These games aren't really that big, but they aren't crazy small either. Especially if you factor in the fact that you're going to have to use the targets. If you own a button Hyperdash or a Hyperdash Extreme, then it might actually be smaller than a run-of-the-mill Bop It, like a bigger one, like an Extreme 2 or an XT. Might even be smaller than some of the Bop It with 3 commands, like the shout and stuff. Well, it depends on what you call small, because it's more of a tall thing than a horizontally wide thing. But yeah, has a reset button on the bottom. I'm not sure if I've said that before. And at some point, if I have enough luck, I might actually be able to get some kind of interesting glitches out of it. For now, I haven't been able to. I did do a recording a while back with the pickup coil, trying to do things like I did with the Zing It and the Brain Bash, but I got nowhere. I got it to say copy strike 1+4 multiple times, and by the way, when it does that, it doesn't actually ask you to tag anything. It just does that out of nowhere. I don't remember if this was on the recording or what, but I've gotten it to say Hyperdash, Hyperdash, Hyperdash. I just got it to constantly keep looping that. I also got it to say choose, 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 choose. Again, just constantly looping that too. I don't understand how that's a thing, but it is. And for the most amazing glitch, I'd recommend you watch the I just made Wild Planet Electronic Game History video, because that was just, what the hell? It was lucky I was recording at the time, too, because if I weren't, whoa. Anyway, that is the Hyperdash. Now, question is, what else is there left? I mean, let's see. There's the super memory, which I don't really want to make a video about. There's the, let's see, I made videos about every single one of the things that I got, as in the ones that I bought myself, and there's one coming up in the coming weeks, hopefully, if everything will go well. That'll be interesting, kind of. Oh, one final thing before I go. I'd like to show you this. This was just crazy. I can't believe it happened. On the flip side,
Speed mode. Level mode. Current high score is 8 moves.
so now my highest is 8 instead of 7, which is crazy. That's about it, I think. So I guess whenever I get around to making another one of these, I'm going to have to think about which of the games that I will still need to make a video about that is actually kind of interesting. I'll think about it. Anyway, for now, that was that, and I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you later.
One notification. Do not disturb. Calls and notifications will be silenced. Pause.